everyone, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. I hope you guys can hear me and you can see me also. In case you can, let me know in the chat box, and meanwhile I will quickly check who is present and who is not. Now I can already see a couple of you. I can see Krishna, I can see Stuti, Karthik, Ayush, Priyanka, Kirodia. Good evening guys, and thank you so much for your wishes on Teachers Day. Of course, the special day for those who try to make human beings better, right? And we should always be thankful to those who make it possible. Of course, I also send my best wishes to the teachers who taught me and made something out of me. Correct. Good evening everybody. Good evening Malia, Anisha, Aditi, Preeti Kashyap, Preeti Chauhan. I have to take the surnames also because I have two Preetis in the class, Preeti Kashyap and Chauhan. Aradhya, thank you so much everyone for your warm wishes and very cute emojis. This session is very important. Please remember why, because reading comprehension is a 30-mark section in CLAT, and this is an area where a lot of us struggle. I will discuss a lot of important pointers, shortcuts, important steps. We will look at some questions also. So make sure you watch the session till the very end. Enjoy the session. If you're watching me after the session is over, then you can watch me at a higher pace also. Just change the speed from the setting 1.5x पे भी देख सकते हो. That will make the session faster, but make sure you watch till the very end. Okay, all right. Alifia is there, Craftsmania, Ashmita, Shivam, Pallavi, Lakshmi, Rishita. Thank you so much everyone for your wishes. Sanjeev Shukla has also joined. All right, Nancy has. All right. In case I miss your name, don't think I'm ignoring. It's just that sometimes too many names. Yes, correct. Okay, so I think the agenda is set. You know what we are going to discuss. Without any further delay, let's begin straight away. So what are we going to discuss? I think that is more than obvious. We are going to discuss how can you still, in the next 14 weeks which we have for CLAT, we can still manage to improve our comprehension skills. It's not that hard. इतना मुश्किल नहीं है, कर सकते हैं, हो जाएगा. Correct. That's the whole point. Remember, unless you believe, won't work. जब तक मानेंगे नहीं कुछ होगा नहीं, और जब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं तब तक छोड़ेंगे नहीं. Sort of attitude is required. You need that do or die attitude in next 14 weeks. Correct. So of course you have my wishes, but we need to work on our core concept areas all. Before I move on, please confirm everybody, can you all see and read this on your screen? जो मेरे इधर दिख रहा होगा, can you guys please read and confirm? Could you understand क्या लिखा है? Could you understand what is written here? I'm pretty sure you did. Correct. Now that means you are very clearly pretty smart. Mano na mano, काफी smart हो. Yes or no? Let me see in the chat box. All right, Craftmania is asking about CLAT 2024 exam. Too early. Okay. So can you all read it? Yes. Okay. You can all read it, right? So that means you all are very smart. But more importantly, did you understand how you could read it? समझ आया पढ़ाई ये पढ़ा कैसे, ये पढ़ कैसे पाए? Did you understand? How did you read it? I hope you guys understand that we read not by recognizing every alphabet of letters in a word. Correct. We don't recognize every individual letter A, B, C, D, R, E, A, D, read or read. Don't do that. What do? We recognize words through shape. Correct. For example, in the previous one, if you look at the first one, it says if you can. Good till here. यहाँ तक ठीक है. Then it has flipped the letters. Correct. But overall, this word looks like read. So we read it as read. Here, in place of THIS, they have written TIHS, but looks like this. So we can read. So very important point you have to remember, we recognize words out of their shape because of their shape. We recognize the shape, don't read individual letters, which means का मतलब क्या है, फायदा क्या है, which means that if you can recognize words, you can read faster. A lot of students complain that I am a very slow reader. मैं बहुत धीरे पढ़ता हूँ. What do I do? What should I do? I am a very very slow reader. Very simple. Become familiar with as many words as possible. Even if you have 14 weeks left, no problem. Spend 20 minutes going through most frequent words, high frequency words. Do some basic vocab. It will improve your reading speed big time. Because we recognize words by recognizing the shape. Correct, everybody? Ahmad Khan, just watch the session till the end. You'll understand, okay? Priyanka Kirodi has written the entire statement, yes. So, first thing first, if you have not read a lot, the vocab is weak, please work on it. Because that's how you read faster. हम ऐसे ही जल्दी से पढ़ सकते हैं, ऐसे ही हमारी स्पीड बढ़ती है. सिंपल कॉन्सेप्ट है, कोई रॉकेट साइंस नहीं है. Reason being, our eyes have limitation, no? Our eyes cannot focus on 20 words, no matter what people say on different channels and what people say in articles, that look at 5 words in one go, look at one full sentence in one go. Doesn't work. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. Our eyes have limitations, but our mind does not have. तो काम कहाँ करना है? आंखें तो ज़्यादा पढ़ नहीं सकती, दिमाग पढ़ सकता है. दिमाग पे काम करना. You have to work on your mind and brain, guys. That is how you become better. Eyes, you try to read 10 different words at the same time, you might end up having split eye or something like that. आंखें बाहर आ जाएंगी, प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगी. Right? Try that. So please remember, become familiar with words. Still take out 20 minutes before you hit the bed. Go through basic words. Download apps. Go through the websites which I have talked about earlier, or you can Google on your own and do something about your vocab. High frequency word list, at least go through them. They are available on internet free of cost. Correct? This point is clear. I'm not repeating this point a lot because we have to do more. Okay. So Lakshmi says that's a very great idea. Yes, Lakshmi, it is actually, but very few people work on it or understand. Right? Okay. Now, major question: how do I read faster? And how do I read more accurately? Because if I increase the speed, my accuracy falls. If I increase the accuracy, I become slower. How do I manage both? Can we manage both? क्या हम तेज भी पढ़ सकते हैं और accurately भी पढ़ सकते हैं? Yes, absolutely. Every year, at least 2,000 students who write CLAT do it without fail. Top 2,000 rankers can do it. Why can't you do it? उनके सर पे कुछ सीन थोड़ी ना है. Are they different? Are they aliens? No. Just like you are, but they probably work harder or have worked harder. ज़्यादा मेहनत क्यों? कैसे कर सकते हैं? थोड़ा सा और डिस्कशन करते हैं. Now, I'm suggesting something very interesting. Do it for 1 week, okay, or maybe 2 weeks, and tell me when I take another session. Okay? Promise, everybody. What do you have to do? From tomorrow morning, when you take up your newspaper in the morning, just take the newspaper, take any article, generally editorials or articles. Don't do it with news because news items are easy to read. Take a watch, okay, keep the watch in front of you, maybe your cell phone, the stopwatch. For 1 minute, read as fast as you can without losing comprehension in a significant way. जितनी तेज पढ़ सकते हो पढ़ो for a minute non stop, but समझ भी आना चाहिए, right? Don't read without understanding, obviously. For 1 minute, read as fast as you can, and then next 1 minute read at your normal pace. I can give it to you in writing that if you do this for 30 minutes every day for even 2 weeks, you will see at least 50% improvement in your reading speed. Guaranteed. Guarantee cards are available in the chat box right now. Please download it and confirm. Yes or no, everyone? So obviously, without understanding, you can't do. So do it with understanding, but do it at the max level possible. 1 minute as fast as you can, 1 minute normal, 1 minute as fast as you can. Why is it important? It will make you push yourself. अपने आप को push करोगे तभी तो सीखोगे, वरना सीखोगे कहाँ से? How would you know how fast can you go? दौड़ेंगे तभी तो. Correct? Okay. All right. So this is one. All right. Preeti says we are in India. Why English is more important than Hindi? Preeti, can we focus on the exam? ये सवाल मेरे डिसाइड करने का है नहीं, मैं कुछ कर नहीं सकता. And what we can't change, let's endure. All right. तो अब क्या कर सकते हैं? What is the next thing? Now, please remember everyone that 2020, 21, 22, on an average 42 pages question paper, 20,000 words in the entire paper. 120 मिनट में, in 120 minutes. That means on an average you have to read at least 150 words per minute non-stop just to finish the paper. पेपर पढ़ने के लिए 150 की स्पीड. That means you have to be faster than 150 words per minute to attempt a respectable number of questions. Correct? That means a lot of you have this habit. Let me know in the chat box right now. बहुत लोगों को आदत है, confirm करना. You start reading the passage and then suddenly after one paragraph you realize समझ नहीं आ रहा. Then you again try to read the next paragraph. Then you're like, oh हो समझ नहीं आ रहा. Then you leave the paragraph. Then you go back and try next paragraph or next passage. Time waste होता है. You might panic, might waste time, and things can mess up. Right? What do? Whenever you read any passage, please read the first line of every small paragraph that the passage has. पैसेज में अगर 5 छोटे पैराग्राफ है, सबकी फर्स्ट लाइन पढ़ लो. जस्ट गेट द हैंग ऑफ इट. पैराग्राफ किस तरह का है पता तो चले. यू कैन ट्राई इट आउट विद द एडिटोरियल्स दैट यू रीड एवरी डे. ओके, कल से करके देखना. आदत बना लो. चखे बिना खाना नहीं खाएंगे. मेक इट अ हैबिट नॉट टू टच एनीथिंग विदाउट फर्स्ट चेकिंग इट आउट. करेक्ट? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई वॉन्ट ऑल ऑफ यू गाइज टू रीड दिस पैराग्राफ वेरी क्विकली in next 40 seconds and tell me what is the central idea of the author. Okay, there are 3 small paragraphs. Please read them quickly. 30 seconds में फटाफट से central idea please. जल्दी से everyone. Aditya Alefia, yes, I agree. होता है, बहुत लोगों के साथ होता है. And you guys are honest. बहुत लोगों के साथ होता है, वो बताते नहीं. They don't tell. Happens with a lot of people. All right, please read and tell me guys, what is the central idea? Priyanka Kirodi, I just read your question. I will answer that. Okay, don't worry. Okay. Blaze Vlee. Blaze Vlee. I don't know what your name is. Is that your name or handle name? Somebody from our team will get in touch with you. Okay. Sagun, बहुत जल्दी गुड नाइट हो गया. All right. Yes, please. 30 seconds हो गए. Can I have the central idea? Now this is the kind of paragraph I meant when I said don't start reading and then realize what this paragraph is talking about and waste your time. Okay, that is why reading the first line is always a great idea. Read the very first line of this paragraph. This sentence, this extreme form of skepticism where one is merely a brain in a vat is surprisingly difficult to rule out with absolute certainty. The first line itself is hard to understand. क्या बोल रहा है? कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा. Yes or no? Is there any point going on with the entire paragraph, reading it and then saying, oh my god, I can't understand. छोड़ दो ना, और questions होंगे आसान. We'll do the rest of the easy questions. There would be enough easy questions. Read the first line of the next paragraph. The notion that we do not have a truer perception of the external world because our sensory perceptions are being manipulated by a demon, or we are a mind in a vat, may not actually have practical implications for how we live in the world. हैं? क्या चल रहा है? So, please preview whatever you read. एक नजर तो मारो पहले. Always have a look at the first line of every small paragraph before you even attempt the paragraph, especially if the language is unfamiliar. अगर language थोड़ा अजीब सा लग रहा है, careful, time waste हो सकता है. Correct? I hope you could understand this point, everyone. All right. Now, this point I have told in my previous sessions also. I have told this point 3,560 times, that please don't read every paragraph, every RC, every comprehension passage at the same speed which a lot of students do. Please confirm yes or no. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट पूरे पैराग्राफ को एक ही स्पीड से पढ़ डालते हैं. शुरू किया फिर चल रहा है जैसे. yes or no? Correct, Himanshu. That means you have to work on your vocab also. Let me just check. Some of you are saying it is lagging, so I need to check it. It is fine from my side, everybody. Rishita Chaudhary, good attempt. Yep. Absolutely. Correct. So please make sure. Obviously, not everybody, सब नहीं करते होंगे, कुछ लोग जरूर करते हैं. Obviously, I have to use you, I have to generalize, but कुछ लोग नहीं करते होंगे, but most of the students end up doing something like that. Okay. So where do you read fast? You read fast when details and explanations are coming. When do you slow down? When the author's main point is coming. This is something you have to practice on your own every single day with every single paragraph. If it's details, explanation, example, speed up. If it's author's main point, understand. कहना क्या चाहता है author. Correct? Right? Okay. What is the next point? This one, remember guys, this point is one of the most important points in reading passages. अगर आप ये समझ गए तो आधा काम हो गया, और आप नहीं समझे बहुत मुश्किल है. This is something you have to understand. If you do not do this, if you do not practice, if you do not make it a part of your overall preparation strategy, your speed will always suffer. आपकी speed कम रहेगी, no doubts about it. Correct? What am I saying here? What I'm saying is that you have to learn to anticipate what the author is going to say next. Author क्या कहने वाला है वो anticipate करना पड़ेगा, वो हमें guess करना पड़ेगा. Why is that important? Because that makes you faster in reading. Speed बढ़ती है, understanding. Let me give you an example. I want you all to read this line and tell me इसके बाद author क्या बोलेगा. What do you think the author would say after this line? Can you just type in one sentence भी? एक लाइन लिख सकते. इसके बाद क्या आना चाहिए author के हिसाब? क्या लगता है? Can you just type one line? Priyanka Kerodia, this is something we have been discussing for a long time, correct? Explain its reasons. Is it possible in reality? But it's not true. Shivam Mishra, no. Why say premises? Have you understood my question? Question समझ आया मैंने क्या पूछा? Alifia, people don't believe that Indian culture good, can do better. Pallavi Rai, yes. Priyanka Kerodia, not really. No. Aditi, broadly okay. Himanshu Dubey, yes, very good. Rishita, no. Nope. Malia, yes. Correct. Very good. Very good. Sanskriti, Lucifer, no. Saying premises, one word doesn't answer anything, right? Okay. So I'm very happy that a lot of you gave good answer. So I can see that one or two of you have Googled. And I can see that very clearly. Please don't do that. Who are you trying to impress? This is juvenile behavior, Googling for answers. You have to impress CLAT consortium, not me. Correct? Okay. Now, let's read it. If I say that Indian agriculture has the potential to double or even triple its output in the next 15-20 years, many people will laugh it away. अगर मैं कहूँ ऐसा होगा, लोग हंसेंगे. What do you think the author will say next? The author will say, but I will show you it is possible. And a lot of you have said the same thing, so well done. A lot of you actually have anticipated very well. Now read the next line. But the reality is that many countries have done it, and we can do it too, provided. Now, after this provided, can we again anticipate what is going to come? Provided के बाद पता है ना, guess कर सकते हैं क्या आएगा? Provided means the author is going to talk about conditions. Provided we do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, Z tak. Correct? And that's what the author is talking about here. And then see, the author says at least this is what we can learn from. What will come after from? Sources. Look at the next line. Study of Indian, Chinese, Israeli agriculture in just released book from food scarcity to surplus, innovation in India, Chinese agriculture. So I have to read all this. Now let me ask you guys, do you see, all of you please confirm, do you see that a paragraph which is approximately 100 words, you could practically read it in less than 15-20 seconds? You think Indian agriculture cannot grow? It can grow, provided it does these things according to a book released. End of the story. This is how you become faster. But लोग करते क्या हैं? How do students approach these kind of paragraphs? They simply read it like bus passengers. देखा है बस में passengers को खिड़कियों से बाहर देखते रहते हैं, time pass. If I say that Indian agriculture has the potential to double or even triple its output in the next 15-20 years, many people will laugh it away, but the reality is that many countries have done it. And then फिर दिमाग में ख्याल आने शुरू हो जाते हैं. The mind starts wandering. What will I eat tomorrow? When will I watch the next episode of Criminal Justice? When will I watch the next episode of Panchayat? And then suddenly, oh, what was I reading? My speed is so slow. What can I do? And then the blame game starts. I'm not fit to go to NLU. NLU is only for geniuses. Who am I? Is the point clear, everybody? Did you understand? समझ आ रहा है? Anticipation. I will show you again. Anticipation is the biggest weapon that you can develop in your arsenal if you want to crack this exam. 42 pages का एग्जाम बिना एक्स्ट्रा किए कुछ नहीं क्रैक हो सकता. ऐसे रीडिंग करके तो नहीं हो सकता. If you read 42 pages of paper like this, you will need 5 hours to finish the paper, which CLAT consortium would very positively deny. Yes or no? ये थोड़ा कम करो, काफी फायदा होगा. Now let's do it. So what I'm doing is I'm giving you a paragraph. Okay, and I am showing you the question also. Can you type the answer? Let's see if you can do it. Can you anticipate the answer? Can you create a shadow answer? Can you anticipate the answer? Let me see it. Okay, I'm going to wait, no problem. मैं 30 सेकेंड वेट करता हूँ, मैं क्वेश्चन पढ़ लेता हूँ. I'll read the question, I'll wait for 30 seconds. You guys type the answer, no problem. Okay. चलो, let me read it. In 1996, about 80% of the towns in Bihar banned the sale of alcoholic beverages. But contrary to the popular perception, according to the recent article published in National Geographic, the supporters of the alcohol ban movement were not residents of remote rural areas. They lived largely in those areas that provided the most economic opportunity. What is the author's main point? The author's main point is that those who supported the alcohol ban were from those areas where there were economic opportunity. Correct? They were not from villages. So the author means they were from cities, towns, big towns. So what is the author's main point? The author's main point is that those who supported alcohol ban were from cities. जिन्होंने अल्कोहल बैन को सपोर्ट किया शहरों से थे, बड़े बड़े शहरों से. हमें सपोर्ट करना है. Now what kind of answer will support it? I hope you can see it. The answer will say that those who supported the ban were from big cities, something like that. Yes or no? Let me know in the chat box, everyone. Correct? If you have understood it, let me know in the chat box. है ना? यही होगा आंसर. मैंने बता दिया. I just read it for you guys because I can't hear you. No, you have to do it. Right? Should I show you the options now? Chalo, let's look at the options. Let's see how tough the question is. Now let's look at the options and you tell me which option should be the correct answer. Let's see how much of rocket science CLAT exam is. ऑथर ने बोला अल्कोहल बैन करने वाले बड़े शहरों से थे, सपोर्ट करना है इसको. Which option will do it? Let me see your answers. Alefia, no, don't do that. If the villagers don't support, how does it show that the people from cities supported it? It doesn't. Indians have not gone to moon. Does it mean others have gone to moon? No, only Americans have gone to moon. Yes, absolutely. So the only possible answer is option B. The most prosperous Bihar towns had the strongest supporters for alcohol ban. हो गया आंसर. Now, did you understand what I just said? Anticipate करना सीखो, दिमाग दौड़ाओ, थोड़ा दिमाग लगाओ. इतना सारा है, 1.5 किलो दिमाग. So what is the point I made clear? Read, anticipate, then answer. What do? We read, then we read the question, then we read the options, then we get royally confused. Is the answer A, is the answer C, is the answer B, is the answer D, and we always get the wrong answer. Don't do that. So please create shadow answers, eliminate options accordingly. Anticipate, clear, and then create shadow answer. Point 6 clear? In school, you may have been taught, remember? Ruko, dekho, chalo. When you reach a level crossing on railway line, railway tracks, stop, look, then go. Same is true with RCs. Anticipate, create a shadow answer, then attempt the question. If you just keep on reading, someday you are going to meet a train and you are going to get into an accident. वही नहीं करना है. Very simple. ज़्यादा कुछ इसके अंदर ज्ञान नहीं. Last point of the day. I am not going to have a 2-hour session, right? It's going to be very short session. But if you have watched me till here and if you think that my points have been useful, I would want you guys to press the like button because that helps me reach more number of students. आज टीचर्स डे पे और ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स मुझे देखेंगे. I'll feel happy and more useful. Correct. So make sure you do that. And if you're new to the channel, do subscribe without fail. If you're watching me after the session is over, and press the bell icon also. Press whatever else is there on the screen. Okay. All right. Let's look at the next point. A lot of students keep on asking me, read the question first, read the paragraph first. Now let me clarify. Okay, मैं clarify करो, ध्यान से सुनना. Reading the question, reading the paragraph to find the answer, don't do it. Don't do it. Question पढ़ा, आंसर फिर पैराग्राफ में आंसर ढूंढा, नहीं करना है. क्या करना है? What are you supposed to do? Read the questions first. Only questions. Don't read options. To do what? To understand how will you attack the passage. Question पढ़ने से पैराग्राफ के साथ कैसे डील करना है ये क्लियर हो जाता है. This is why you should read the questions first. Is it clear, everybody? Alefia, no. Rishita Chaudhary, no, I don't think so. Okay. Sanskriti, no, not true actually. Correct. Mohit, I want more, of course. A dil mange more. All right. Priyanka, that's correct. Absolutely. Now let me give you an example. Okay, this is a CLAT question, guys. Some of you may have done it already, and that makes me very happy. I'm very happy. ये question CLAT का है, पहले से किया हुआ है आपने, बहुत अच्छी बात है. Very good. But I just want to demonstrate. मैं बस सिखाने के लिए use कर रहा हूँ. Now, read the question. Why do you think has the author called the trial strangest murder trial he ever attended? The question makes it very clear that you have to read the trial. Whatever the trial is, वो तो पढ़ना पड़ेगा. Correct? Okay. Next question. His eyes suffused with horrifying and brutal fear, like an animal's when you raise a whip, can be called. Like का मतलब है ये सीधा सीधा simile है. Simile is what? Comparison, where you use the word like or as. जब तुलना करते हो as या like use करके, उसे हम simile बोलते हैं. Personification is when you give human-like qualities to non-human things. है ना? मेरे वॉच ने रात को मेरी नींद में अपना सर दे मारा. वॉच सर मार रहा है. Watch has got a head. This is personification. Your watch cannot have a head. Your watch cannot have physical hands, right? Onomatopoeia is sounding a word that sounds like the way it is spelled. Cling, cling, rat, rat. जैसे लिखा है वैसे ही बोलते हैं उसे, वैसे आवाज करता है वो. भाव भाव. Like an animal. इसका तो आंसर ही क्लियर है, सिमिली होगा. Okay, let's look at the next one. People got stuck. Don't worry. गया करेंगे. चलो. The expression Pekingese eyes used in the passage refers to which of the following? ये कोई eyes के बारे में बात होगी, उसे किससे रेफर कर रहा है देख लेंगे. Let's look at the next question. Why was Mrs. Salmon convinced that the man she saw had committed the crime? इसके लिए तो पैराग्राफ में वो जगह ढूंढनी पड़ेगी जहां पे ये बात लिखी है. We have to find the exact spot. You can answer it. It's not a hard question. Next question. Who was murdered in the scene? Oh ho, murder. Who was murdered? Easy to find. Now, we have read 5 questions. We know the answer of 1 already. Rest of 4 questions, we know what to do. Correct? Who was murdered? What was it? Why was it the trial strange? We have a basic idea what to do with the paragraph. Now we can read the paragraph very, very fast. We can see the questions are direct. We can see questions are not inference based. That means we don't have to read the paragraph very slowly. अगर direct questions हैं, inference based नहीं है, तो जल्दी पढ़ सकते हैं, धीरे पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं. This is why you should read the questions. Question पढ़ के आंसर मत दो. क्वेश्चन पढ़ के समझो कि पैराग्राफ में करना क्या. दिस इज फ्रॉम CLAT 2020. ओके, ये काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग पैराग्राफ है, जस्ट थॉट टू यूज इट। वैसे आप कोई भी पैराग्राफ उठा सकते, राइट एवरीवन? हैव यू गाइज रेड दिस पैराग्राफ? या मैं 30 सेकंड वेट करता हूँ, एक नज़र मार लो। इट्स अ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग पैराग्राफ, इफ यू हैव नॉट रेड इट, एक बार देख लो इसको, मज़ा आएगा। इशिका कंबोज, थैंक यू। शिवांश मिश्रा says hi. Late. Yes, please. Just read it quickly, okay? ज़्यादा टाइम नहीं है अपने पास. Read it quick. If you're watching me after the session is over, you can pause and watch all and read also. Okay? This is from CLAT 2020. Very interesting paragraph. Now, if you read the paragraph, there is a court trial going on, right? मैं short में बता रहा हूँ. Court trial going on. There was a person, this lady, Miss Salmon or Salmon, I think its name is Salmon. Miss Salmon, she went to the window and saw Adams. Adams was the name of a person she saw on the steps of Mrs. Parker's house. To understand, Mrs. Parker's house, Adam was standing there and Mrs. Salmon saw him. Okay? And Mrs. Salmon is a witness in the case. Why? Because Mr. Adams was seen with a hammer in his hand, right? And the fatal instinct that tells a man when he is watched. So very clearly, it's a murder trial. Mrs. Salmon is a witness. He saw Adams at Mrs. Parker's house, right? And you read the paragraph, it's very interesting. So the defense counsel is asking questions, counter questions. Defense counsel is saying, Mrs. Salmon, are you sure that the guy was Adams? He was like, yes, yes. Defense counsel says, but you're 55, your eyesight is good. She's like, absolutely perfect. I'm 56 years old, so what? He's like, it was 2 o'clock in the morning, are you sure? He was like, it was moonlight, I'm sure. Right? Now, at the end, what this lawyer does is, lawyer uses a trick from Dhoom movie, okay, Amir Khan wali movie. He brings somebody in the courtroom who is twin brother of that guy. Mr. Adam के twin brother को ले आता है, and the person says, now tell me, are you sure कि ये बंदा था, वो बंदा था? And of course, Mrs. Salmon would not be sure. Now, do you understand why the trial was a strange trial? समझ में आया कुछ? ये ट्रायल इतना स्ट्रेंज क्यों था? Witness is sure till the very end, but then suddenly the defense counsel changes everything by presenting a twin brother. It was a very strange murder trial. Now, can you anticipate the answer? Can you read and tell me what could be a possible answer? इन चारों में से कौन सा बेस्ट आंसर हो सकता है? Why do you think the author called the trial strangest murder trial? Murder trial strange क्यों था? Obviously it was unusual. Something happened that does not happen in murder trial. Now can you read and tell me what is the possible answer? Himanshu Dubey says old women was murdered. Himanshu, कहाँ लिखा है? Absolutely, very good. Yes, it was strange because there was a witness, but still, at the end, the accused it could not be proved that the accused is the same person. It was very strange. बिल्कुल धूम P4 हो गया इसके साथ. If you read with what you know about the question, अगर question पहले पढ़ा हुआ है, थोड़ा आइडिया रहता है. Okay, so I have to keep in mind why was the trial strange. थोड़ा सा, it can help. Look at the next question. So this one we have done. Look at the next question. Pekingese eyes. Pekingese eyes क्या हो सकते हैं इसमें से? If you look at the paragraph, I'll just show you the place. It says, where did it go? Was it in the first paragraph? Yeah. Where did it go? You remember? Yeah. Bulging, bloodshot eyes. All his muscles seemed okay. This is a description. You see the man in court. He looked straight at the big man who stared hard at her with his Pekingese eyes without emotion. Now, यहाँ पे देखो क्या लिखा है? Bulging, bloodshot eyes. The same eyes in the court. Bulging, bloodshot eyes. Same eyes in the court. What is the possible meaning? Possible meaning would be same option. We can almost anticipate the answer. Anticipate the answer that the eyes that the author is referring to are the same bloodshot bulging eyes. आंखें जो बाहर की तरफ निकली की बात हो रही होगी. Let's go to the question now. So one is bulging eyes, correct? Not red eyes, bulging eyes. If you have read the questions, the answers become quite doable. I'm not doing this question. This question is pretty easy. Why was Mrs. Salmon convinced? Because she had seen him in the light of the street lamp, which is mentioned in the paragraph, right? Now come to the last question of the day. Can you answer this question? Can you answer this question without reading the paragraph? Yes or no? Actually, I had forgotten where was it mentioned, first or second slide. No problem. Can you try and answer this question? Everyone. सबसे बड़ा सवाल, मर्डर किसका हुआ? Adams was the murderer probably, correct? The house was Mrs. Parker's. Mrs. Salmon was the witness. मरा कौन? Mrs. Wheeler, if I'm not wrong, is not even mentioned. तो मरा कौन? पता नहीं. Murder trial तो था, पर मरा कौन पता नहीं. Now, if you knew already, if you have read the question before, you already have a good idea कि कौन मरा है देख लेंगे. पैराग्राफ पढ़ा, कोई दिखा नहीं कौन मरा है, तो what is the correct answer? Can't infer, it's not mentioned. पता नहीं कौन मरा. कोई इंसान होगा, but don't know कौन था. So correct answer is. And this passage was became very famous from CLAT 2020 because it was a very unique paragraph. Court drama paragraph, very unique, very interesting. But do you understand why I talked about anticipation? Why I talked about reading the paragraph before? Why I talked about vocab? Why I talked about practicing 1 minute fast reading, 1 minute slow reading? Because I expect you guys would do all this. अगर मैंने जितना भी बताया ये सब बेकार है, भाषणबाजी है, अगर आपने कुछ नहीं किया. If you just watch this session and then go and do nothing of what I discussed, and very clearly you would keep on doing the same thing, to not improve. We have 14 weeks, we can do it. Top 3, top 6 innings are definitely doable without fail, provided you put in the hard work that is required. Can I expect that from you guys? Let me know in the chat box, everyone, before I let you go for today. Yes or no? Correct. So we have a lot of sessions lined up. I will discuss. We are going to have some marathon sessions also probably, but that would be announced very shortly. If you did like the session, if you think it was helpful, make sure you press the like button, subscribe, press the bell icon, and spread the word, let your friends know, and very importantly, work extremely hard. You have 14 weeks, you can change your destiny by putting in the hard. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you so much for being here. Please take care. Bye bye everyone. Thank you.